welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. We're going to start with Tillamook because I'm feeling sad today. And I was feeling sad yesterday too. Today is July 13th. Tomorrow I'll be going back to Dude's house to do some more work, clearing out his mom's house, which is now his house, and it is physically and emotionally taxing. And so I think that's just hitting me. But we're going to talk about Martine Cosmetics 669 palette. I love this palette. Y'all know I love this palette. You see how my face just lit up even though I'm sad. I'm just like, oh, Martine Cosmetics 669. I have papers in here, and I know I mentioned before in other videos that when there's papers in a palette, it looks to do and other thoughts and stuff like that. So the papers that were in here, I did a thing, and I had forgot that I had did a thing. This is the look we're going to do today. It's going to be somewhat of a recreation of a look I did with Biba when Hooded Marina and I did Good Troll, Bad Troll look. And so I did a split face. One side was the Good Troll and one side was the Bad Troll, meaning the good side was the neutral side. Well, Biba's a neutral palette, but it was like a brown tone, lighter look, and the other side was a dark smoky look. So we're going to recreate one of those, or try to, with Martine Cosmetics, and somewhere in the video I will put that picture up here if I can find it. So what else I have in here? These are looks to recreate. So it's 1, 2, 3 4, 5, 6, 7 looks to recreate. I don't think I'm gonna get to them all. We'll maybe do 3 in this video depending on how long this is, because I know me talking right now is taking up a lot of time. I'm going to tilt you a little bit. I have another look here to do, and for this one I just have shade colors. I don't have shade names. And I have another look here, another look here. This look I did, so that's crossed out. I have this look here, and I wrote out color descriptions. Like this first list are the shade names, and these are the color descriptions, because I was on a mission to dupe this palette. And what this says here is dupe 669 with lethal. And so y'all, I was serious about this palette. So in black are the 669 shades, and in blue are the shades I thought matched the closest from my Lethal Cosmetics singles. And so we have quite a few. We have quite a few, and so I'm excited. And so when I was sitting here looking at this, I thought, what if I create another, instead of continuing to rearrange my Lethal BYOPs, like what if when Lethal has another sale on completing a palette, just to complete an entire palette with these duped or hopefully duped shades, so that I would still somewhat have 669 in my possession, even though it would be with lethal shadows. The only thing is, you see how dark this is. Some of the darker tones, yes, I got as close as I could with the lethal singles that I have, but this is a dark palette, and we know lethal, some of them shades be popping. The bold shades be bold and bright, the bright shades be bright and bright. And so, but I just really love this palette. I was going to do a look that included, I think this is Medusa, but I think that's the one. It looks purple over here. This is a dual chrome. This is what I see in person, this shade right here, and up here it looks this shade. And yes, I stuck my finger in it by mistake. I believe that's the one that irritated my lids, and so I'm not going to use this today. Shout out to Carrie. She commented on my video that aired today, July 13th. And she, because I know I keep mentioning about the lighting, and so she started out her comment with, and I'll put her name up here and I'll tag her below, because when I talk about people I try to remember to let them know I talked about them. So she commented about the lighting, you know, blah blah blah, the settings, and it's because my background is white, and so that's why when I lean up and then lean back it goes dark, so it's overcompensating. And she was saying to set it to not be on automatic, like set it to manual, so that it won't, you know, do what it does without me wanting it to do what it's doing. On my inner rims and lower lash line is Sephora Ultimate Gel Liner, waterproof, and this one is brown matte. So my first, and then she complimented my skin. She said my skin looked great, so thank you. And she complimented the look. But at first I was like, I read the comment and I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but I'm like, who is this person? And I know a lot of people watching don't comment. And so, but I was like, okay, who is this? Because some people will give unsolicited advice, but I do feel like I've mentioned it enough that people will be like, okay, let me try to help this troll out with her lighting situation. And so I went to her channel. She's a photographer, and even her YouTube name is something photography. And when I went to her page, it's so and so, it's photography something something by Carrie. So I was like, oh, so her comment meant more to me because she's a photographer. So she knows about lighting, she knows about settings. So I really appreciate that. So Carrie, if you are watching, thank you so much. Because initially I'm like, who is this random person? Because people will give you unsolicited advice. And even if you keep mentioning something, it doesn't really mean that you want advice. You're just like kind of ticked off, or you're just really questioning out loud, like what's going on in your mind or whatever's happening. But sometimes it's people who don't even do videos, or they'll say something about a look you do, they don't even do videos, or they say something about your video content, they don't even do videos. And so it's like, what do you know about being a content creator to be trying to tell me what to do? And so I'm only saying that to say that's why it meant more to me that she is a photographer. So it's like, okay, she knows what she's talking about, and she's just not this person that's just trying to tell me what to do. And it did make sense. And so for this video, it was still weird though that sometimes, even now when I lean up, it doesn't go dark, and sometimes it does. And I noticed in one of my videos where it went dark and then went light like right away again, I remembered I had my track lighting on up there, and I have my track lighting on now. And I have on the ring light back here, and of course the lighted mirror and the two lights over here. So I do think that makes a difference. And so I mentioned I am going to still play around with it, because my previous phone, when I turned off the track lighting up there, it made the background darker, which made it look like I was more present, like I was right here with you. And I really like that. But with this new phone, I'm wondering if I need to just keep the track lighting on so that the phone isn't trying to auto adjust to focus on the white background. Even though I have the screen there, it's white over here, it's white over here, it's white up top, and even the screen has white in it, as you see. And so I'm going to do this in the next video with the track lighting on up top, hoping that it'll just kind of not make the back look so white because of the wall and the side. And even though the lights are not facing me, like there's 4 lights, the one's facing here, one's facing down that way but over there, and the 2 in the center are kind of facing back there a little bit. So none of them are directly on me, which I did on purpose because it was creating a lot of shadow, which I learned very quickly from when I was trying to, well, from when I first did get the track lighting put in versus just that one light that used to be right here hanging in the videos. And so it is very much a learning process. And if it does work, putting it on manual, and I don't think it's on automatic, and it does have pro video settings in my phone, but when I would click on them just playing around looking, shit was looking crazy. And so I quickly like reset everything back to the original settings, which the original settings I do think includes automatic. So I'm going to take the automatic off and leave it to manual, see if that makes a difference. And then also see if it makes a difference with the track lighting up here. So I appreciate you bearing with me when my lighting isn't good or when it's light and then it goes dark. I appreciate that, because I know for some people they're like, this sucks, I'm leaving, and they don't stay. But y'all trolls are loyal, and I appreciate that. I really do, because when I watch the playback, sometimes I'm just like, oh my God. And sometimes I don't even notice it until I watch it on my TV. So even editing, sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes in videos I see it, sometimes I don't. And I am trying to be more aware of it. So right now, we're going to take Hildegard, the shade right here. Did I stick the brush in something? No. Hourglass brushes today. This is number 3. So this is supposed to be a dupe for, I'm going to put the picture over here. This was the bad troll, like the smoky troll. Because, you know, the beauty community seems more geared toward lighter looks, ethereal looks, that type of thing. So the bad troll was the smoky. How far in am I going? This just says inner lid. Okay, so we're just going to stop this right here. And what I have realized too with this palette is some looks I do, it is like I can dupe this with other stuff that I have. And I realized that a long time ago. The PAO was 24 months for this palette, and the POA was reached January 2024. So technically this is dead, but I remember saying I'm gonna use it till it irritates my eyes, and I do really think it was Medusa that irritated my lids. But I remember saying I'm gonna use it till it irritates my lids because I just really love it. But if I can dupe it out or create a palette of what 669 is mostly, I would be really content with that. And so I am really considering next time Lethal has another sale, to just go ahead and get all of those shades and put in there instead of rearranging a palette every time, or going in this BYOP, going in that BYOP, and trying to get the look. And so that's how much I love this palette. So now we're going to take Tabitha. Oh, this is going to be a deep look, which is this shade. I have about 5 different gel eyeliners for my upper lash line because I don't know what we're going to do, because I am going to want to bring some color to the look. So this is Tabitha, and I forget what I was saying before I started with the shadows. Ooh, let's do here to see, is there a color differentiation? You know what it is, but it's kind of not. This is interesting. Wow. So yeah, oh, that does kind of look like the same shade. So this was the first shade. This is what we're applying now. And so I did forget what I was saying about the lighting. Oh, so if it does turn out that I can get it where it doesn't oscillate, where it doesn't go dark, then at that point, it would make sense to get additional lighting just to brighten things up. But then sometimes the lighting is really blown out. When I put that little tiny ring light up here, y'all, that sucker is so friggin' bright. And then there's also the space issue. But if I really felt like it would help and I can figure out how to rearrange my space, then I would get additional lighting. But just right now, I had the hiccup, excuse me. That is looking like the same shade. That really is. But for now, I just want to get it where it just doesn't go dark. And one thing I was excited about with getting a new phone was, you know, newer technology, the video should be better, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm having these issues with the video. So we'll see. And again, thank you for bearing with me, because I know it can be irritating maybe, and possibly annoying, like when you're watching a video and everything looks good and all of a sudden it goes dark and it's just like, okay, now the whole look just looks crazy because you and everything else is a whole different color than you were like 2 seconds ago. And when I do playback, when I notice it, when I edit and I go back and I try to see exactly what did I do, did I hold up a palette, did I lean in, did I lean back, you know, what exactly did I do for it to do what it did. And so even that has been a learning process. And sometimes it'll be me just holding this up here, and when I put it down, everything just goes a little dim, and it's just like, and so that's why I've been kind of staying back and not leaning in to the mirror down here, or using the mirror that's in the palette. But then even holding this up, sometimes it'll go dark. I do think holding it up here and holding it up in the front of me, it didn't change, and I do think that's because of the track lighting up here, which is good to know. Y'all, this is nice. This is like a very gray look. I'm checking my under eye area. I slept all day today, off and on. I do wake up every 90 minutes or so. I had a migraine this morning. My hormones are doing their thing again, so I took a migraine med, which knocks me out. And then with the, you know, the cramping, I didn't get out of bed till like 8 o'clock, unless later than that. Like. And I did have my oatmeal for breakfast right now, and it's like almost 11:30 at night. I have now to take Ursula, which is the black with shimmer in it, for outer corner and for lower lash line. So we're taking this hourglass brush. This is a number 9. And this is a thick brush. I don't think I've used it for outer corner before, because I feel like it wouldn't blend well because this is so dense. I feel like wherever it places, it'll just stay. But we're going to do it. And this is a creamy shadow. I don't know if you can see, probably not the marks in here. That's from putting the brush in it. It's not as creamy as like this or this, where you can clearly see where the brush is. There's a nice dip in this one too. But this is a creamy texture. And so, oh, I'm kind of nervous. Part of me is saying I am just tapping lightly. Part of me is saying take the blending brush and do this, and then take this brush to do lower lash line, because this isn't going to, I don't think this is going to blend properly, but we're going to see. We're going to see what it does, because if it does blend properly, I won't be as apprehensive about using this for outer corner. And this just says Dome Shadow Brush on the website. And so we're just bringing this over because I realized there's a gap right here. And so we're just going back and forth. And I may go back to the brush that had that second shade on it, just to do some blending like right here. This is okay. And we are bringing it out some, and I'm making sure to bring it back. And I have been liking this shape that I've been doing lately. Do I have it? I do have a transition shade, which for me, transition is like under my brow. But this, I like that. So what I'm doing for this is putting it in and swirling it, because it's not really swirling because it is a very, very creamy shade. And we're going to put this under here. I like this brush for placing and blowing out lower lash line, because look at that. Oh my God. This is a nice smoky look. So let me know what you think about creating another Lethal BYOP with the Lethal dupes, as close as I could get, because they're not exact. Like the black ones, this black, that black, this has a black with shimmer, but Lethal has transmutation, which is a matte black. So that was an easy one. But some of the other shades, it feels like there is something in my eye and I can see it, and I got it out, yay me. But I am excited about it. My beauty budget right now is looking crazy. Again, today is July 13th, because I've been sending out friend mail, I've been sending out prize packages. Y'all, July we have had a lot of giveaways and a lot of subscriber appreciations. Ones that get missed, where there's no eligible entries. Some stuff I will hold on to for a future one, or it'll just go into my Macari store. But I've been sending out a whole lot of stuff. And so whatever I do as far as creating another Lethal palette, it will not be soon. And number one, waiting for a sale and giving time to build back up my beauty budget account again, because it is like super low. But I will be receiving a monetization check this month, so that'll help build it up a little bit. And there's a project that I'm considering working on from a member idea for a topic, and that's going to require some spending. So speaking of spending, if you are a shopper, I have a lot. The shapes are almost the same. Look at that. I just need to put more shadow up here. I do have a lot of website links down below. There's Sephora. Sephora is now in the UK. And so I have Sephora US link down below. And everything I'm telling you is affiliated. And I have Sephora UK down below. I have Selfridges in US and Selfridges UK down below. Ulta, of course. Macy's, Nordstrom's. Because I realize everything is not... We don't always buy beauty from beauty brands. So like Macy's, I was turned on to that after years of not even checking for Macy's by my bestie, when she had told me they were having 50% off the Sigma Soft Collection brushes. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me put this link in my Shop My page. And so Macy's is now under there, and also Nordstrom. I'm not going to put too many other stores. And then there's Beautylish, even though I don't shop it, but I know they have a lot of stuff that people generally buy. And so if you're a shopper, just check out below. It does help out the channel. It's additional support, because you being here and watching and subscribing and liking and commenting, that supports the channel. But I do appreciate when y'all do use, you know, my links and my codes. I prefer links because if the website is having a sale, you're going to still get the sale price going through my link. Whereas if it required a code and you need a code for the sale, because sometimes the website will have its own code, then you won't be able to use my code, but you'll still be able to use the link, and that will still count. I'm really digging how the shapes are almost the same. I have this dip right here that happens accidentally, so I need to make a conscious effort not to do that. And so now we're still taking this under here. I'm realizing too, using this brush for outer corner work, it is taking me longer because it is so small and it is so dense, and I am being careful to do light strokes like up here in this area so that the shadow just doesn't go. This shadow is flaking up in my eye. Yeah, the textures are changing in here. It's one of those creamy formulas that it will ball up. And so it'll still blend as you see, but it'll ball up and flake. Even though it's not flaky, it'll just ball up. And that's what got into my eye over here. I'm doing this because this came down too far. So I'm trying to think of what, shoot, excuse me. Sorry if that freaked you out. This is a nice look. This is really nice. So we're going to take the brush that had Tabitha, this shade, and we're just going to put a little bit more. We're going to go back and forth just so, oh, that's nice. So it looks like it's more blended, because I don't want to keep going back and forth with that little dense shadow brush. But we do know now that it will work for outer corner work. And so now we need to, I'm looking at the shape of this. It's not quite the same as the shape on the other side, which it makes sense because my eyes are not symmetrical. My eye shape is not symmetrical. Oh, I also meant to tell you, excuse my brows. I know this one is right here and this one is running away. So this one's way, way over here. I know that. I just want you to know that I know. I want to take a brush. You know what I should do? I should take another one of those hourglass brushes. Where is that brush? Here it is. I have it with the brushes for my lower lash line. We're not adding shadow to it, but we're going to be a little rough and just kind of blend this out up top before we put the shade up here that I have for this area, because I'm not sure is it going to blend the way I want it to blend, because this line is kind of harsh. But since this is a smoky look, dare I say it's going to be a dark grungy-ish look. It's blending over here though. I just don't want it to be too harsh. And so it did blend some. I can see how it blended some over here, and I see some of that eye primer too. There's a line, so that's not going to come out right because I can see the eyeliner line like right there, and it's not even up to my brow. So that'll probably look funky once I do put the shadow there, because shadow may not stick where there's no primer. When I say liner, so we're going to put that brush away. We're going to go back to the brush that had Hildegard, and you know what? I think we're going to kind of leave it. No, we're tapping in the Hildegard again, and we're just going to just go right here because it looked like there was a gap, and we're going to just try and bring it up just a little bit more. I don't know how many looks we're going to do in this video because I'm talking a lot, and using that dome brush, this is taking me longer than I thought, and maybe this will just be a video all by itself because we did talk about lighting. We talked about if I do another lethal BYOP to mimic this palette. I did not add shadow to this brush, but yeah, this is dyeing. It technically was done in January. This is July. My eyes are not burning or anything, but the texture is different because I don't remember Ursula, this shade, balling up like that. So now we're going to take what we had for, why is this brush here? Did I use this brush? No, because I used a domed one. Now we're going to take this brush. This one is a number, number 6. And we're going to take Serafina. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I have this one for lower lash line too. This is going to be nice. This is Serafina, so it's a brown. Why are we putting that for transition? It's going to be dark. For some reason, I was thinking Rebecca, which I don't know why I would put a green up there. Zelda is a nice, this whole palette, Zelda is a nice green. Or Sabrina, which is a gray green. So why are we taking Serafina? Because we're duplicating that other look. So we're tapping straight in, and you see I'm still leaning back, even though it's closer. And we're going to start with just, okay. Very light, oh wow. Very light touch. This eye is going to be dark. This looks, and I know it was going to be, and this is not, this is not that. Hashtag troll tried it. Some looks would be, but it look like I can, they could be dupes for, oh, I was going to tap again, but I didn't, because there was some brown that came off down here when I did down here. Look like some looks I could have done with the golden palette. Yo, this whole thing is just dark. I think I may I think I may take one of those greens. Ooh. But I do like how it is blending though. Let me know if you like looks like this. And if you don't, my feelings will not be hurt, because I know this is not for everybody, especially taking the dark shades like as high up as I do. I know this is not everybody's thing. So is this something you would do? Do you like completely dark? And so far everything we used was a matte. Do you like dark matte looks like this? And if you typically don't, like, would you ever try one? Like, this would be good for like a masquerade party, which I dare say, because it does look like I have a mask on my face, like on my eyes. I am tapping in once and tapping off, and then lightly doing down here. So all this is doing down here is, oh, I love the smokiness of this. I do want to take a green though. We do just happen to have another one of those down here, a clean blending brush down here. So we are going to take Rebecca, y'all. I don't know. We're going to take, that's still going to be dark. We're going to take Rebecca. Lord, Lord, Lord. And we are just tapping straight in again. And we're going to tap this in this area and then just tweak back and forth. This shade for me is a barely there type of shade, but hopefully I'm wanting just to bring a little bit of lightness, because this I love it though. This is a super, y'all, this is a super dark look. And so you kind of have to have a, well, you don't have to do anything, but for me it screams blow out the lower lash line, because it is so much going on up top. It is so dark up top. And so we're also tapped in 3 times and tapped off. We're also going to put this here, and we're just going to let this blow it down even further. Oh, you know what? This would be a really nice for a golf party. That's what this would be. Oh man, yeah, this is a long video. I did not think this is going to be this long. I really did not. But we are going to edit out liner. What liner do I want to put up top? Y'all, this is like a black eye, like in the best way possible. Where would you wear this look to, if you would do this look? Because this is definitely like all the smoke. I know now I don't want to do a red eyeliner because that's like too contrasting. Okay, so I'm putting maybe this blue. It'll brighten it, but it won't be bright, or I'm not going to do the green. I do have a purple, but I don't know if this will show up. I'm thinking we're going to do the blue. I think we're going to do the blue. So that is it for, oh my gosh, this is not that. But I love it though. It is different. It is definitely bold. It's a smoky bold. Like, yes, I dare do the damn thing. The only thing I don't like is, where's that brush at? Because I have a bump right here, Ursula did not want to go into the bump area. Like how the black here goes all the way in, there's a space right there. And I am usually good about not noticing the bump unless I'm doing, I did go into Ursula, unless I'm put like a light or a shimmer down in that area, because then it looks brighter because of the bump. But when I put something dark there, it doesn't want to go. And even putting it there, you can still see it, but you still see the bump. I got a bump. I got a bump. I got a bump. That could be a song. All right, so we are going to figure out what we're going to put on our upper lash line, but I do think we're going to go with the blue from England, which is number, hard to open. This is number 87. We're going to put this on and see if it just brings a little bit of lightness to it. And I'm going to put Macro Violet in my brows again, Max Paint Pot. I'm really close to just getting rid of this because I don't use it often, and so I'm just trying to see, like, am I going to like it to normally put it in my brows. And we're going to put on Max Stack Mascara. Y'all know we're doing a black lip. We got to do a black lip. But you know what? This might be too bright though. If I were to put this on, yeah, that ain't going to work. That's too bright. And I know most of you probably would say, do a nude lip. And this is my perfect nude. But y'all know, I gotta go black. I gotta go black. So we are going to wipe off some chapstick while we're away. We're going to do upper lash line. We're going to put on mascara. We're going to do the lip. And then we're going to come back and this look will be done. This is what we have. Y'all, I love this lipstick. My lip line is naturally crooked. So if it's looking like it is, that's because it is. And if it's not, it's because I did a damn good job of just doing what I just did. And even my top lip line is not even either. But this is what we have, y'all. I am digging this look. This is hella dark. This is hella smoky. This is hella goth type something. I do I'm not sure if the blue eyeliner was a good choice because you can only really see it on the wing. Part of me did want to, I did have out Contemplative State because this would have showed up more and it would have brought, I keep forgetting you can't see it. It would have brought more lightness to the look, but this is like a dark look though. But I do think this would have looked nice even if I had just done graphic liner on the wing part, just to bring something other than the darkness. But y'all know I like the dark. This would be great for a playhouse look, one of those dark, moody type vibes. Oh, I just dropped it. Or events. So I'm picking it up with my toes. Can't pick it up with my toes because it's too thick and I'm still trying it and it ain't working. So let me just keep on with the video. Ow, if I can get it sideways. Okay, let me stop because that ain't working. Yeah, but this would be, if it's like a moody type environment or event that you're going to, I really do like this look. I am glad that we did take Rebecca up here, that greenish shade. And even though the first two shades blended in together, I can see a slight difference in person or not because they did blend in so well together. I am glad to know that I can use this for outer corner shade and just feather it in, but that I would have to go back and do some more blending with whatever brush I use for the center shade. So this was, I think, my first time using this for that. But I've had those brushes a long time, so I don't know. But I do like the look. Let me know your thoughts. Would you do a look like this? And this is something I would wear out to the grocery store, like for real. And I know a lot of you wouldn't, but is this a look that you would do for like one of those type of moody dinner party, late night, or if you're going to like a golf event or, you know, something like that? Like, would you do this look? I am digging it, like for real. This is where I live, and that is why I love this friggin' palette. This is look 20, I believe, with this palette. So let me know your thoughts. I just friggin' love it. My eyes are not itching or burning, which means I'm gonna still keep using it. Just stay away from Medusa. But I don't know if we'll do one more look or not. If you do, hang tight. If not, thank you for being here. Lots of links down below as usual. And I'm just gonna leave this here because I do think no, you know what, let's just end it because we're at, you know what, no, we're going to do one more look. I promise to make it as quick as possible. Lies. Because when I edit it, that's going to take away like 5-7 minutes. So we're going to go, hang tight. You'll see something else in 3, 2. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to start with Holiday Cocoa. Today is July 14th. And this is kind of a get ready with me, even though base face is done, because I'm heading back up to Camden to stay at Dude's house and help him out with the house for the next 4 days. Unless something crazy happens or wacky happens and I need to get out of there. So Tillamook is packed up, so that's why we're not using Tillamook right now. And I have stuff laid out to take with me. I just need to put everything in the bag. The look we're doing today, we're only using 3 shades. Lower lash line, we have MAC Color Excess Stage 5 Clinger and Inner Realms Upper and Lower MAC Color Excess Sick Tat Bro. I think I'm going to put Bougie in the brows later, and we will, I look tired, don't I? I'm going to put Bougie in the brows. I do think I'm going to get rid of Macro Violet, I think. I'm going to see if anybody I know wants it, because I have been dipping in it and using it. So it's not quite sanitary, I don't think, to sell, even though you can spray it, but still it's a cream, and I don't want to do that. So we're using Hourglass brushes again today. We're going to use Freya, this shade here, on the inner portion of the lid, and I do have sponge tips here. This is a very creamy shadow. You see that dip in there. Did I just say I had sponge tips out? This feels a little drier. This palette is dying. Oh man. Usually when I use this shade, because of how creamy it is, I do use the Esom brushes. So let's, oh damn. It feels different, y'all. I mean, it still goes on, but it just feels different. Let's try the Esom and then we'll switch to the sponge tip. Damn it. And it does pick up though. I'm not tapping off because there's nothing to tap off because it is so cream. Look at this shade, y'all. Oh my gosh. I did a look with this over the majority of the lid, layered over Max Paint Pot Black Mirror, the black one. It was so pretty. Because I've only seen people use this on their tear duct area. And I'm like, that's all you could do with this? I'm like, no, y'all could do more. Let me show you what else you could do with this. And so, yeah, on its own, it is kind of like... And you can put this all over and put on an eyeliner, mascara, and be done. This is one of those shades. But look at this. I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Yeah. This is the gorgeous shade. So we're gonna put that brush down. We're gonna take Euphornia, which is the, oh, I keep forgetting it's a dual cone. Right here it looks greenish, and on your end it looks a little golden, but then it's red. Look at this, so it's like an art. Ooh. So it might be the same thing with this one because it is the same formula, and I am like pressing and swiping. So I'm pretty sure, damn it, I am gonna have to take, oh, but look at this. I was going to say I was pretty sure I was going to have to take, oh my gosh, too high up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. An Esom brush with this. I did not want to go this high up with this because yesterday that look was super high up. And I'm like, I need to get out of that habit. This is what I was going for, but I don't know if I put primer over it, like would it bring it down or would it just be funky? Because sometimes when I try to layer that Fenty primer, because it is such a sticky primer for me, it makes shadows act a little funky. Like if I put primer over this and another shadow. But, oh, duh. Oh, that ain't gonna work because I don't put, shit. I don't put, what's the word? I like the shape of this one. I did not mean to go that high up over there. Are we going to do a transition shade? There's really nothing in here for I don't know what to do because I don't put foundation on my lids. I could try to put, you know what, let's just leave it because I'm just taking up too much time trying to figure this out. And so we're just going to, I did not want to do a high up look today. So we're just going to bring this side up. And it's because I'm using this big brush. Which I do like the hourglass, but if I don't want to go up high, I need to make a conscious effort to, that's pretty, to not go up that high. Because we're going to go back with Freya and drag that over a little bit further with the Esom, and this is a V27 brush, and I do have a sponge tip here, and so I'm thinking just to see if it amps it up, but then I'm like, I'm cool with this, really, but just to see. But then do I want to mess up one side of a sponge tip applicator just to see, because I know it will most likely amplify it a little bit. I like this, y'all. We're about to get in it. We about to get in it. Wait till y'all see the shade I'm gonna put on next. This is still the brush that had Freya, so we're just pulling it over just a little bit more, and actually up here, because maybe, just maybe. That'll tune it, make it look a little lighter. Tone it down some. I like the shape of this though, excuse me for smacking. And I like that the Fenty primer does look like it's a shadow up there and it's not. But we are going to take, let me get it out now, my favorite brush with no shadow on it to just further blend up top. Y'all, did we take, yeah, we did use this brush. Okay. We're going to take Petula or Petula. We're going to tap and turn and tap and turn and tap and turn. And that's going to go on the outer corner. I'm really liking starting out here and bringing it in with this brush. I think this is the most I've used this brush. And right now it's still new to me using it for my outer corner, because usually I would only use it for like this area right here, my transition area. We need to do something. I'm tapping straight in on the tip to get this right here to blend, because just pushing it, well, feathering it inward on the side of the brush is not getting this right here. So we're going to do that. This is funky, but it's a good funky, I think. I do. Ooh, okay. Ew. I like it. I really thought this look was going to be lighter than yesterday's look because of this shade and then this one. But for all the times I say 669 is a dark palette, I'm like, oh, we want to do a lighter look, and then it comes out like this. Joke's on me. I like this. Ooh. Ooh. I'm excited. I am trying to be quick because the other video, well, the first clip, you've already seen it, was like 30 minutes. And my normal for videos are like 45 to 50. So I'm unsure of how this is blending like right here. And so I put more on the side of the brush to sweep that over. Down here it looks okay, but when I look up here, it just looks a little light right here. So I'm taking the side of the brush and putting petula here just to get it a little bit darker, because that center shade is dark, which I love, but just trying to get it to blend. So let's go back. I put that brush away. Actually, take another hourglass, and we're going to go back into Euphornia, that center shade, and we're just going to pull that over. Oh, I like how that looks over the red. Oh, look at this. Oh, so good now. Let me stop before I do something and mess up. Okay, that did what I wanted it to do. 3 shade look, y'all. What? So we're just pulling this out some more. Wow, I like it. This has more space up here than over here, but we're going to take the top edge of the brush and we're just going to lightly just feather right here. I kind of want something for and I do like the shape. Of course, I like this shape better over here than here, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna get it one of these days. So I'm just feathering lightly on top. Ooh, and this is the brush that had Euphornia on it, so I'm just using the tip of the brush, just trying to get like equal space. But because my brows are not symmetrical, my brow arch is not symmetrical, my eye shape is not symmetrical, you know, it's not always going to look the same. And I do try to get it to look the same without trying too hard, because even if I do get it to look even, it's still not going to look right. Because now if you look at it, I have equal spacing, right? But when you look, the shadow is up higher on this side than on this side. So either way, you're going to know if you're detail oriented, or unless I just pointed out like I did, you won't know. You're like, oh, the eyeshadow is even. But when you look at the brows, you know what I'm saying? Something is still going to be off. And so that's why I don't try too hard to get things to look even, because it's not even. So what were we going to put on lower lash line? Lower lash line. We were also going to put this shade. Do I want to use this brush? Is that going to blow out dark? Yep, let's do it. So we're turning it. I don't know why I am like really into using like the hourglass brushes for an entire eye look. And I think it was because I put my lethal face brushes and this one is balling up. And because I see some down here. But the good thing about when it balls up is that it just brushes right off. And some got into my eye. Yeah, the texture is changing on this one. And Euphornia, this is Euphornia. This is balling up. I don't remember doing that before. And Freya feels dry when I first applied it with that brush. And so, oh, that's nice. And so, I don't see it in my eye. Excuse me if that freaked you out. I don't know what liner we're going to put upper lash line. I'm thinking red, because that'll kind of, oh, this is nice. It looks sick, but it looks nice. This is the brush that had petula on it. We're not adding shadow on it, but we're just going to brush this way and brush that way, brush this way, brush that way, and then just go back and forth. And I'm liking this under here, number one, because I just think it's pretty, and number two, it's camouflaging my under eye discoloration. This is my darkest patch, but with these colors, it just looks like it's supposed to be that way. Ow. So let me take the brush I use for powder and just brush that away. Yeah, the texture, yeah, this palette is dying. My eyes are not itching, which is great. Did we use this brush? We're going to take this one, no color on it, and we're just going to just go back and forth, small short strokes, because I don't want the color to travel upward. I just want it to just blend a little bit more, or at least, yeah, that's it. Just blend a little bit more. I've been trying to continue sentences when I'm done with what I wanted to say. Doesn't make any sense. So, okay, that's nice. So I like how, yeah, I made another order from Amazon, and I want them to deliver it to my door, because they're getting on my nerves with that. Because if I don't get my package, because they're leaving it downstairs, last time they said they were going to refund me, but then they ended up just sending me a whole new package, and I'm just like, but then that was left downstairs too. And I have special, and they have an area where you can put special instructions for delivery, and I put, please deliver to my 3rd floor door. I'm a handicapped, well, I'm a disabled veteran. It depends on the carrier though. But there was a time when it was always coming to my door, and I think I just need to go back to calling and complaining every time, so that they put a note in the system on my account, because for a while, for like 6 months or so, they were always delivering to my door. And then all of a sudden lately, in the last few weeks, they're not delivering to my door. So this looks a tad harsh, but we're going to leave it because it looks like we have a brow bone shade and we don't. So what we're going to do right now, and I am going to put a red, I love this look, on my upper lash line, which I did not pull out from Inglot. I do have out Bougie that we're going to put in the brows. We're going to put on Max Stack Mascara. What lip? Figure out a lip, and then we'll be back in 3, 2, 1. So this is the look that we have. We did put Bougie in the brows. We did put the Inglot number 79 on the upper lash line. I don't think I've been doing too good with choosing liners for upper lash line these days because they're just blending in except for the wing. Like over the mobile lid, it's just blending in. We initially I did put also Max Stack Mascara on upper lash line. We initially used Martine Cosmetics Martine Cosmetics Eleanor on the lips, and it was too light for what I was looking for and for the lips. So then I topped it with a hiccup, excuse me. This was usually more, but I'm liking your style. Free gift with purchase was not ever, excuse me, available for sale. It was just made for gift with purchase, and so we topped it with that. And I am liking it better. I'm just liking the overall grunge look of this palette. So let's do our pictures real quick because I might forget because I need to be out the door. One more, and we're going to do this for my gallery. Cover up. Oh, you know what? Where's all my papers? Duh. Yeah. Cover up the piece of mirror over here and a piece of mirror here. Thank you. My bags is just like, pow, what's going on, y'all? They trying to come to the party. This is the look. Thank you for being here, y'all. Let me know what you think of this palette. And I'm ready to start like rechecking the dupes with the lethal shadows or the possible dupes with lethal shadows, which I know they're not going to be the same, but because these are dying, y'all. This irritated my lids before. The texture is different. This was crumbly, but my eyes are not burning or itching, so I'm gonna keep using it. But I know it's dying. It's getting sleepy. I will say the mattes perform the same, so it's just the textured shades or the dual chromes. This one was always chunky, but looking at this one has become chunky. So everything, all of them except just the plain mattes, the texture is changing. But this is, I forgot to put on mascara. I'm gonna do that afterward. Y'all, I know, I need to get out of here. Thank you for being here with me. Let me know your thoughts on this palette. Let me know your thoughts on me possibly coming up with semi-dupes with lethal and creating just a BYOP lethal Martine Cosmetics 669 palette. And something will pop up over here for you to watch. Lots of information. Did I say watch? I don't know. Lots of information down below. So check that out and you will see me soon. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you.